forgive his boxer. That dog in him. Evil was fighting for his life. They was out here hugging each other, back shots sounding throughout the entire arena. Takamura and Date weren't saying a word, but slowly he starts getting his hits in. Borg is genuinely pissed over here like, how are you not down? But then a right from Borg connects. He's done. Falling in a daze, Ippo believes that it's over. The white thing is in view, but Borg ends up missing. Borg was an amateur boxer. They wear headgear, meaning that knockouts are usually rare. And in reality, most boxers aren't stupid enough to fight with such a CTE-inducing style. And as we've seen time and time again, fatigue and damage from hits can come at any time. Kamigawa over here talking like he planned for this to happen the entire time. Your ass was looking at the towel like this, gang. Don't even front. Late game moments like this is where Ippo is in his bag. Look at these movements. Those evasives are clean, and when Borg makes a big swing, Ippo goes in for the strike. But it was a trap. Unlike Ippo, Borg is always using his brain. He was 2 steps ahead. The second he swings, Ippo will be done. Ippo swings. Then he stutter steps into the body blow. What a play by Ippo on the fly as well. The worst punch that Borg could have taken. Ippo doesn't slow down. 2 rights, a left, and then a right again. Borg is down. Y'all thought my goat was gonna go out like this? Nah, bruh, he's faced worse. Back in the day, he had to fight through the snowstorms, the blizzards, and the wolves to get his mom the help she needed. Out here vibing with the wolves and shit. He gets back up on his feet, 2 rights ready, a left.
You, bitch.
Ippo is now on the offensive. Borg is fighting for his life, uses a clinch, and the commentator was on his ass.
The pride of the amateur world champ means nothing now. He's turned into a desperate animal.
Respect my goat, nigga. Must have heard that blasphemy because he came back with a barrage. Even the fans were cheering for him, and he's able to last until the next round, the final round. It all comes down to this: Borg's White Fang and Ippo's Gazelle Punch. The Predator versus the Prey. Kamigawa got the towel in hand. If he gotta use it, he gotta use it. They jump in for the final showdown. Each of them expertly blocking and weaving until the other one is forced to come up for air. Whoever stops first will end up taking the loss. Ippo gets rocked across the face, and Borg goes in for the White Fang, but just in time, he weaves it. Not once, but twice. Kamigawa was shook, and there it was, the opening that he needed. Ippo goes down for the Gazelle Punch, and it lands straight on his dome. Borg is down. But even as he struggles to get up, Borg finds something that might have been more valuable than winning today. The fact that he truly loves boxing. Ippo made him realize that. But hey, what a win by Ippo. I thought his ass would have been cooked, not gonna lie. Maybe he should have, but willpower and that Kamigawa training won out. At the end of the day, he had more stamina. Borg dabs him up in the middle of the ring because they saw that he had that dog in him. Even Borg's coach had to give Kamigawa props. Funny enough, Ippo was the one that ended up on a stretcher.
He's a terrific fighter. And kid.
Ippo, you alright?
Had to bring out the ambulance and everything. But yeah, Ippo won in 5 rounds, won the Class A tournament and the MVP award. Props to him. And now, it's time for the title. 10-0, wins against top boxers like Mashiba, Sendo, Saeki, and now Borg. He's beat every boxer in his age group, and his next opponent will be none other than the Japanese featherweight champ, Eiji Date. But before that, Ippo gets a chance to go on a date. Well, a group date. Dude won a smooth 5K from that tournament. So the Kamigawa boys used him as bait. They even brought his girl. And then Kimura was out here rage baiting.
Unfortunately, Ippo already has a previous engagement tonight. It can't be helped. Oh well, the rest of us can have fun. Oh, be a sweet, considerate son to your mother, you hear?
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, man.
Takamura was even worse. I keep telling y'all every single video, never ever bring this nigga around the hose. Ippo had all of them staring and he choked them out. Worst wingman ever.
He's pulling his cock out!
They had a bowling match to decide who would be with which girl, and everyone realized that if Ippo got second place, they would have to go out with this woman. And oh my god, this face is actually scary. Why is she staring at us like that? Act like she can see us through the screen. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why they were going for second place instead of first, it's because Aoki is a bowling god. Forget boxing, bro. Nigga needs to join the NBL. But yeah, the game was pointless as Aoki ended up winning. And we all know what Aoki is into. Ironically, she ends up being the best girlfriend in this entire show. And when she locks in, she low-key bad, not gonna lie. Like in the manga, in serious moments, I start to see his vision. Maybe Aoki was onto something all along. Hell, even Kimura and our boy Ippo were able to score. Oh, you're wondering about Takamura? Yeah, pretty much. Ippo got to walk home all nice and he was even able to come inside the house. Stupid nigga. Shit wasn't sweet though. Turns out Mashiba hung a bro's picture so he could punch it every day. And while they were drinking tea, bro pulled up on them. Dude was saying something, oh yeah, Mashiba good and all, but I could probably beat his ass right now. Oh, word? Nigga got no shame, bowing down and everything. Be for real, bro. This was funny though. Mashiba ended up walking with him, and it turns out that he also has the title match coming up because Kimura lost in the tourney. Fucking bum. So he told him he better win. The real winner was Aoki. Dude hit a home run and ran all the bases with Tomiko. Nice. Anyway, back to the title fight. Let's talk about Date. Although he's the featherweight champ right now, this isn't new to him. 6 years ago, he was a boxer fighting on the world stage, vying for the WBA title. Unfortunately, he had to go up against the biggest demon in boxing history and the most dominant character in sports manga, Ricardo Martinez, WBA featherweight world champion, and I'll probably never have another chance at glazing him, so I'm gonna do it now. He is called Quetzalcoatl, the sun god. He has a record, and I'm not making this up, of 70-0, soon to be 71 after Sendo gets his shit kicked in. 66 wins by KO. The Golden State Warriors won 73 games and still lost 9. He is so dominant that the WBC featherweight champs aren't considered the strongest because of him, and people would rather go the WBC route than to face this demon. He is also the best boxer, pound for pound, which is a ranking for boxers no matter the weight class. Even better than Takamura, who at this point in the story is a damn demon himself. He also has the deepest voice in the entire anime, if I ever get to that. In Hajime no Ippo, the deeper your voice, the cooler you are. Date went up against him in the second ever title defense, and I'm sure he thought this would have been at least a good fight. But that Mexican sent him packing. Crazy thing is, Ricardo doesn't use no crazy style, no tricks, no nothing. He's just a master at the basics. Let me tell you right now, Mexicans and Hajime no Ippo are like what Uchihas are to Naruto, what the D-Clan is to One Piece, what the 1984 Jab class is to the NBA. They are the GOATs. They will beat anyone unless their opponent's name is Sendo. He'd be going through Mexicans like crazy. But anyway, let me stop with the spoilers. Date lost in 2 rounds. Now, losing at the world stage and getting an injury to boot sucks, but Date is 23. If he sticks with it, he'll get another shot. But then tragedy struck. His wife, who was pregnant, fell down the stairs and they lost their son in the process. And she didn't even tell him because she wanted him to stay locked in. Date easily has the best significant other in the show. She's top 3 at least. And after that, Date retired, got a job, working for his father-in-law, and everything was good. But it wasn't. For one, Ricardo gave bro mega PTSD. And 2, he's just not happy, even though he should be. And Date's wife was really spitting here. She told him,
"Is this the life that you want? Do you really want all the years to drift away and have everyone you know slowly forget that you were ever a boxer? You can't go on living your life and pretend that you've given up on your dream. Is it good enough to have our only child grow up and never know who his father really is? Do it for your wife, and for Yuji, and for the child that never was."
Damn, that was all he needed. Bro quit his job, then went back to boxing. And in two matches, he took back the Japanese belt. But yeah, Date was winning before he and Ippo even stepped into the ring. Pulled up on him just to tell him that his fists were light. And of course, this dumbass took it to heart. He's out here sending his opponents to the moon with his punches, and he still wants to doubt himself. I am tired of this humility gimmick, Ippo. Let your balls drop and tell him what's up. And later, in a rare moment where Takamura is actually being a mentor, he tells Ippo that his fist being light doesn't exactly mean he's weak. The fists of a champion are filled with expectations and the dreams of others that have faced you. Out here dropping knowledge with that goofy ass shirt. And Date's fists are most definitely heavy, but I still think Ippo can take this. Some time passes, Mashiba became the lightweight champ, congrats to him, and Kumi and Ippo celebrated with him. It was a fun time. Kumi wishes him good luck and tells him to win, and Ippo continues to train until the day finally arrives. The Rookie King versus the Emperor of Japan. Old versus new. Date versus Ippo for the Japanese featherweight title. 10 rounds. Oh yeah. Everyone, and I mean everyone, showed out. Even Ippo's old counselor from way back when. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Japanese Featherweight Championship. In the red corner, weighing in at 125 pounds and a quarter, the Japanese Featherweight Champion, AG Date. And in the blue corner, the Rookie King Champion, who stands at #1 in featherweight, the comeback kid with an insatiable record of 10-0, Ippo Makinauchi. Damn, they actually said my name. It's finally time. Then the bell rings. Date strikes first, and Ippo steps in with a warning shot, letting Date know what's up. These fists ain't light, old man.
Hey, I'm only 28.
Then he pushes in. Ippo weaves and ducks. He's starting off unusually well. Date's having a hard time keeping up. Date sends the uppercut, but Ippo says weave, comes in with a liver blow. Date counters with a straight to the face, but Ippo ate that, light work. They keep going at it. Then Date goes for a right, hits him in the back of the head. He's not playing fair, hit him with the under the ear. As we saw in Invincible, the ears are important for maintaining balance. It's not looking good. Date takes the offensive, pushes him back, and then he steps back and goes for that corkscrew, but Ippo was ready. He blocked that and threw himself at Date. This is where Date made a mistake. He thought that Ippo couldn't maneuver from this range, but as long as you're infighting, that's barbecue chicken for Ippo. He bodied his ass. Ippo was moving different. He got Date on the ropes. He's looking the best we've ever seen. And then the first round ends. 10 points for each fighter. They're even. Round 2 starts. Date knows that he's gotta face Ippo head to head. If he couldn't, how would he be able to call himself a champion? But in a battle of strength, Ippo reigns supreme. Ippo feints with a liver blow, then goes for a right. But Date was straight eating these, using the motion of Ippo's punches and going along with them, minimizing the damage, but he's still feeling it. Ippo still has his doubts, but when round 3 starts, he's still cooking. Liver blow straight to the gut. Ippo was wailing on him. Another one lands. Ippo goes for that right, but once again, Date follows the motion of the punch. Nigga, Ippo was shook. Lack of experience was really showing out right here. If anything, it should show him to go for those liver blows, but this rattled Ippo. He got knocked down. Nigga was glazing him in his head. Man, Date looks so good up there. Bro, tee up and lock in. The match restarts, but Date's definitely winning. Even though Ippo is hitting him, it feels like his punches aren't touching anything. Apparently, we didn't even notice until now, Date has some sort of Sharingan, so he's able to weave his punches before impact, and after he did all that, he went on offense. Ippo gets beat down and pushed to the ropes, and now he's getting pummeled, and he's barely saved by the bell. And oh nah, Date was hitting the victory pose before the match ended? Nah, nigga, Ippo, if you don't lock the fuck in right now. The next round starts, and now they're going hit for hit. But then Date gets the upper hand. He's going for a knockout, but Ippo had to lock in. That going along with the punch shit that Date was doing backfired on him, as Ippo unleashed this 1-2 combo on him. Then a liver blow, and the gazelle punch straight to the head. Oh yeah, but Date was still standing. This old man ain't going down yet.
Hey, I'm only 28.
And Ippo couldn't believe it. I don't blame him. He got the strongest fist in the featherweight. But Date has everything to lose right now. He can't go down. Ippo's punches are actually giving Date damage, but he doesn't know that. And in his eyes, Date is just destroying him. Physically, Ippo is definitely one of the best in the game. But when it comes to the mental aspect, he is severely outclassed. Round 5 starts, Ippo's just getting destroyed. He can't do anything. Date is screwing him with these blows. At this point, Ippo is floating in and out of consciousness, staying close to Date with those short, compact blows. Then they start going blow for blow. Ippo is actually pushing him back. Then he hits a right. Date staggers, and then...
He's knocked down!
Ippo wasn't leaning on Date as a strategy, but only because he couldn't stand on his own. But somehow, he finds his way to get back up. Kamigawa hesitates. He wants to throw in the towel, but seeing Ippo get up like that holds him back. Date's on the ropes as well. If Ippo was awake to see this, he'd probably be able to do something. One more hit, and he'll be down. That's all it'll take. He's so close. This is it. The theme music started playing, and I was like, oh yeah, show me something, Ippo. Date strikes to the left. Ippo eats it. Strikes back with a body blow. It connects. Date bows over. This could be it. Ippo goes to the left. It connects. Date's hurting now. One more punch. Evil goes for the liver blow. Date's in the corner. But then Date fires his own punch. Ipo's swing is too wide, and Date's corkscrew hits. And as it hits, Kamigawa throws in the towel. Didn't even need a punch. Ipo had nothing left. Date scrapes by the skin of his teeth. That was his 10th title defense, proving once again that he's ready for the world. They shake hands, and Ipo was carried out on a stretcher. Damn, he was so close, bro, so close. Sendo was watching this, and he was heated. He wanted to face him, and Vorg was also here as well. I don't know why Sendo was mad at him. All he did was dodge the scraps of his paper. But Vorg ain't scared of him, he stares him down. Even my glorious King Miyata came back to watch the match. The big shocker though was Takamura. He didn't even make fun of Ippo for losing, acting like a big brother for once. What a shocker. And after a couple of days of rest, he even let Ippo use his tape recorder. He gave him time alone in his apartment to rewatch the match. Guess he had a heart after all. With Date rescinding the featherweight title to head to the world, that means that 2 boxers will have a chance at taking it. The 2 fighters who have both lost to Ippo, Sendo and Vorg. And this match pissed me off. I'm gonna be for real, that Sendo voodoo devil magic was in full swing today, along with the refs. I keep telling you, bro, this nigga right here needs to be investigated. I don't know how he keeps getting away with this. Poor Ippo was getting bullied by the fans. All he wants to do is watch the match. He had to have his boyfriend Miyata save the day. Look at this light-skinned ass nigga brushing his hair and shit. God, he's so cool. The laser was a little too much for Miyata though. I'm your #1 fan. Bro started walking for his life. Miyata has actually been on quite a run recently. After his dramatic exit, he went overseas to Thailand. At first, it was tough. Most of his matches ended in draws because the home crowd didn't like him. Dude got hit with a bottle and he was still aura farming while bleeding. He was also running on fumes due to his weight control, and he had no friends beside this guy and a 10-year-old. In one of his matches, the odds were stacked against him 30-1. But then he remembered a boxer who overcame such odds, who came on top when everything was against him. His boyfriend, Ippo, thousands of miles away, and these guys are still glazing each other. Golly, sports and manga are so fruity. He went up against this guy named Jimmy Sisfar, a fellow Kamigawa CTE style boxer, and soon to be Antonio Brown of the Ippoverse. And when he was on the ropes, literally bleeding from the ears, all the odds against him, he came in with a new counterpunch, the Jolt counter. Basically, it uses all the weight of your body to go in for the counter, so it's like... And that shit landed home. Against the Ippo of Thailand, he proved that he could hang with the big boys, and even the home crowd grew to respect him. Out here inspiring the youth with his smile. Look at my goat go. Shout out to this guy. Bro was able to buy a new car betting on Miyata. Who said sports gambling doesn't pay? Back to Vorg versus Sendo. These two do not like each other. Look at this stare down. This much beef with a guy who we have met once is insane work. A wolf versus a tiger. Who will prove the better hunter? Now, as we know it, when it comes to destructive power, Sendo was up there with Ippo. Hell, he's actually stronger. When it comes to brains, Sendo is dumber than rocks, but not really. He moves on instinct. Either way, he takes a lot of punches, and Vorg exploited this. He's got the mindset of a champion, beating him with clean, clear, concise punches, pushing him on the rope. Heavy punches may weaken the body, but sharp punches weaken the soul. Oh, you bitch ass nigga. Ah! But Sendo was able to strike back, a smash to the chin, had Vorg staggering. He's out here showboating now. First hit he's gotten all day, by the way. Sendo continues. Another smash to the chin. It's not looking good, but Vorg bites back with that white bang. They both locked in, staring each other down as they head back to their corners. In the next round, Vorg came out swinging before Sendo could even finish the aura forming. Vorg is an orthodox fighter, like any Russian, and those sharp blows were killing Sendo. When round 2 ended, Sendo was holding on to the ropes for dear life, and by round 6, Sendo was literally a dead man walking. Bro was looking worse than Ippo did versus Date, and eventually he hit the floor. But he's such a dog, man. When he saw Vorg drag his leg, he smelled blood. You might be wondering, what type of devil magic could Sendo possibly pull that would aid his victory? Well, watch this.
Yeah, my fighting is starting to wear down the amateur world champ. If I lost consciousness now, it would be a waste.
He's up! What incredible heart!
In round 7, Vorg gets hit with a devious smash. That set him down. I thought he was cooked. Sendo even raised his arms in victory. And to be honest, I don't blame him. Vorg is out here looking like he's having a seizure. But my goat gets up. They keep going at it, hit for hit, until round 10. And these guys, once enemies, have found a mutual respect for each other, had to dap each other up. Now, what could possibly ruin such a great fight between the best boxers in the nation? Well, watch this. Vorg goes in for a punch, and then he slips. And what does this idiotic ref do? He starts to count. Bro had a first class view for that slip and he still missed it. And of course, this is that same imbecile who refed the Miata fight and that first Sendo fight. How does bro still have a job? He's the Scott Foster of the Epoverse. Call him the extender. Sendo was literally in the corner holding on for dear life. Does this look like the guy who should be champion to you? Bro huddled up in the corner while Vorg is standing tall. And guess who won?
In the red corner, Sendo!
I don't even know how this was close. Vorg easily was destroying him. Man, fuck all this BS, bro. Anyone with the eyes knows that Vorg had that. Sendo Devil Magic, that Kansai Voodoo was in full swing tonight. You can't tell me otherwise. Even Sendo knew this was a Mickey Mouse win. But Vorg takes his loss in stride, even though he knows what this loss means. But those two losses, his gym ended up dropping him, meaning that he has to retire, head back home. Luckily, the GOAT Fuji was able to tell Ippo about this, and he headed off to the airport so he could get one last goodbye to Vorg. Vorg is a little tearful, but he's happy with everything that he learned. After all, he was able to find out that he loved boxing thanks to his fights with Ippo. And after a sad goodbye, he gives Ippo his boxing gloves and tells him,
Sayonara, Ippo.
damn, I feel you, Ippo, I feel you. After some time, Ippo was ready for his comeback match, but with Coach Kamigawa collapsing due to fatigue, it'll be up to him to figure out something. And it's really funny because Coach Kamigawa really took it hard when Ippo lost. But when Kimura and Naoki lose, man, that nigga don't care. He do not care, bro. And Takamura never loses, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Ippo is really his son, isn't he? But anyway, Ippo needs a new weapon. Something that he can use on offense and defense. Hitting before being hit. And while he's at the park, it happens. Umezawa watches in awe. Dude just saw something generational, he doesn't even realize it. Then we get to his comeback match. All three Kamigawa boys are coming back from a loss, so this is gonna be a big one. Yo, y'all remember the girl Kimura was with earlier? Turns out she had a man and she even brought him to the match. This is wicked work. Some women are just evil, dude. Bro couldn't even enjoy the win. I feel bad. Oh yeah, Aoki won too, and he actually had this girl cheering him on. So shout out to her. But anyway, it is time for the main event. His first match in almost half a year. The comeback kid is making his comeback to Korakuen Hall, and everyone was hyped for his return. The match starts, and Ippo is doing pretty well, showing us that peekaboo style that we all know and love. At first, he's a little shaky. This guy was using the same neck twist that Date used back in their fight, and he has those same eyes. Those eyes of determination and sheer will to win. But Ippo was locked in today. When he got out of the corner, he promised a KO. That's rare coming from Ippo. He really must have something up his sleeve. And then it happens. Ippo starts ducking and weaving. At first, he's all defense. Then he starts throwing punches faster and faster, shaking his head as he goes, until he does it. The Dempsey roll. A vicious technique that hammers your opponent from both sides while defending. A technique that comes from a time before even Kamigawa, which is very, very long ago. A technique that set his opponent flat on his back. A well-deserved win and a flawless comeback. And guess who was there to watch it? Sendo. Bro pulled up in front of everyone, motioned for the mic, and told him he wanted that fade. And Ippo accepts it. Oh yeah, Sendo walked off like a boss. And look at this, Ippo isn't even scared. Finally! Anyway, Sendo is actually proving to be quite the champ. In his first ever defense, he completely dismantled Saeki in 67 seconds. He defeated the fastest in featherweight in the fastest time ever. He even claims to be able to stop the Dempsey roll. We'll see about that. But in the meantime, we get another training camp. And this is a big one. Besides Ippo going for the Japanese title, Takamura is also looking to take on the world, and Aoki and Kimura they're doing their own thing. So yeah, big one. Instead of the beach though, this year, they head up to the mountain, where they meet an old friend of Kamigawa, old man Nakoda. Don't let their age fool you. These two were certified boxing goats back in the day. He also has a cool dog. His name is Hachi. I love him. This training camp really elevated Ippo's game. Squats in the river helped build up leg strength and endurance. And those log chops immensely boosted Ippo's back strength. Look at this old man, bro. Dude is fucking 90 and he got muscles like this. Imagine how Ippo's gonna look. He even learns how to punch without throwing a punch. AKA throwing a punch with killer intent. It's like a feint. Something that Ippo definitely lacks, but he'll get there. That wasn't even the craziest part of this training camp. The craziest part was Takamura, and I'm not even kidding when I said this, Takamura went head to head with a bear 3 times his weight and double his size. And even after getting tossed around, getting scraped and bruised, he still kept going at it. Look at this. He's going band for band with a bear, going toe to toe with a beast with 6-inch claws. And he ended up winning too. Dakota actually ended up finding it in the woods and cooking it for dinner. And bro was trying to act all sad and stuff. But y'all see this, but look at the way he's eating. He's not stuck at all. Anyway, when they got back from the training camp, Takamura even used a bear skin as a cape for his next fight. In fact, he even beat his opponent in 1 round with just his left hand. According to Nakota, who, by the way, he came back with them, there's a saying that goes, those who rule the left will rule the world. And Takamura is definitely ready for the world. Anyway, after that fight, we meet this new reporter girl named Mura. Every girl with glasses in this show is so fine, dude. She's taking the liking to Ippo and damn, what is she doing with all that Megumi back there? Ippo a better man than me. Well, not really. He gave her his first autograph, even though he promised Kumi to give it to her first. She was heated.
What? What's this?
Well, I can't read.
But moving on, before their fight, Sendo has one more title defense against this dude named Shigeta. In another universe, this dude would definitely be fighting Volg for the championship because he was cooking. Like, y'all thought that Volg fight was back? You ain't seen nothing yet. Shigeta is a southpaw, or was a southpaw, aka a lefty. And since southpaws are a rarity, they're very hard to counter. And it doesn't help that Shigeta is actually right-handed. So he's a southpaw with a strong right hand. TLDR, Sendo is cooked. And Shigeta is a rare talent. He was parrying Sendo's smashes, smiling while weaving his hits, and even talking shit. Told Sendo,
Sendo, that all you got?
look at Sendo, he was shook. Shigeta had bro huddled in the corner and he was hitting victory poses in round 2. But then he made a mistake. After beating down Sendo and cornering him again, and even getting clinched by him, he gets all up in his face and not only calls him ass, but he said Ippo was buns too. Because when they sparred, Ippo had a hard time taking him on as well. Slandering himself is one thing, but slandering his rival and the only man who's beating him, you messed up now. Sendo was so mad that he actually started using his legs. Turns out that all the power that he gets from his smashes comes from his upper body. Once he uses his legs, he hits with a devastating power. One hit had Shigeta on the floor, and after that, it was up. Look at this overhand. Shigeta didn't even know what hit him. Sendo beat the damn brakes off his ass, dude. Lights were on, but nobody was home. Then when he fell, because he was knocked out, this demon smashed him upwards and kept pummeling him. The cornerman must have graduated from Kamigawa University of CTE and brain damage. He didn't even throw in the towel. Sendo genuinely ended this man's career. Look, my God. Sendo giving niggas PTSD in the ring. But now, it is time for the grand finale of this video. The one we've been waiting for. The one Ippo has worked his entire career for. The final showdown. Ippo's looking the best he's ever been. Look at those back muscles. Shout out Nakota. Before their big fight, he and Sendo have one final chat. And yo, this man Sendo was tweaking. Like, look at this, bro. He's itching to run the fade. Out here spasming and everything. Ippo got the same face as me when I saw this, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? But finally, the day is here. That's not legal to say this. The Lollapalooza of the century. And everyone showed out. Mashiba and Kumi, Miyata with them damn shades. We know it's you, bro. Nakota and a sold out crowd. Nigga Sendo was in the green room tweaking. Calm down, bro. And Ippo is locked in. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finale of the Championship Carnival, the faded showdown between two of Japan's best. Please welcome in today's fighters. In the blue corner, sitting at 5'4", 124 pounds in the McDonald's quarter pounder, sporting a record of 11 wins, 1 loss, and 0 draws. The Dynamite King, the Comeback King, Ippo Makinauchi! And in the red corner, the featherweight champion of Japan, boasting a record of 15 wins, 1 loss, and 1 Mickey Mouse draw. What the f- Hey! Japan's greatest predator, the 9-1 Tiger, Takeshi Sendo! This is it. The final showdown. Let's get it! The bell rings, and Ippo darts out that corner. Anime run-ups are so goofy. Sasuke did this in the Chunin games as well. But anyway, this combo was anything but. He immediately gets into that Dempsey roll, and oh my god, he was putting belt to ass. Once you hear those plane engines start, you know a knockdown is coming. Sit yo ass down. Right out the gate, Ippo put him on his back. 14 seconds was all he needed. But y'all know, it ain't over yet. We didn't make it 72 episodes just for Ippo to win like this. Sendo gets back up, although barely. Ippo gets right back into his Dempsey roll, beating him down, weaving, and rocking this shit. Then he hits a right. Sendo is holding on for dear life, but then he strikes back with a straight. Ippo got hit so hard that he's even bleeding. Ippo tries getting back into that Dempsey roll, but Sendo jumps in before he can start the engine. He starts getting the upper hand, but Ippo isn't scared. Not yet anyways. He hits a body blow, and they square up. Time for a smackdown. They trade blows. Sendo gets a right hook, but Ippo gets another body blow. Sendo counters with a body blow, and they start going hit for hit. Nobody's backing down. Headbutting in the middle of the ring. Who will be the first to back down? Sendo hits Ippo with the straight. He staggers. Sendo goes in, but wham! Ippo makes him taste the fist. No free eats around here. And after one more duel exchange, round one ends. Sendo was feeling those hits. He's fading in and out of consciousness, but he don't care. This is it. This is exactly what he's been waiting for. Ippo was feeling it too. But look at this smile. When I saw this, I thought bro was about to get on that timing. But when round two starts, something changes. As the crowd starts stomping their feet. As the two boxers throw down, Takamura notices that Ippo's at a disadvantage. Nigga Ippo started getting scared by Sendo. Yeah, I'm gonna be for real. Dude is a straight up monster. I wouldn't blame him if this wasn't the second goddamn time this has happened. The mind games, bro. The mind games. This happened in the Date fight too. And on top of that, you beat him last time y'all fought. You had him eyes open, sitting down on his ass in the corner, bro. What do you mean you're scared? Ippo starts getting beat down. He can only defend desperately as Sendo continues his ravenous onslaught. Then he lands a body blow and a right, blowing Ippo into the corner. Dude is genuinely fearing for his life. Like, Ippo, bro, fight. Ah, come on, bro. No way you scared, bro. Not my goat. Not like this. The round ended, and Sendo and his coach were looking at Ippo like barbecue chicken. They know he's cooked too, and Sendo is now going for the win. Last time he was taken out in this round, and this time he will return the favor. Round 3 starts, and this nigga Ippo couldn't even muster up the courage to attack. Bro was like, did I really look forward to this? Was I really planning to enjoy this fight? What was wrong? No, bro, lock in. Takamura was looking disappointed, and I was too. Bro acting like this is his first ever fight. I was pissed. I did not make 3 videos in the course of 7 to 8 months just to watch you get fried like this. Bro backed himself into the corner on his own accord, and Sendo beat him down. Then he landed this uppercut, and it looked like it was finally over. Ippo Makunouchi was a fraud after all. I guess he couldn't get it done on the Biggie stage. Damn, I guess this is it. I'm sorry as hell. Wait a minute, let me lock in. I don't know how he recovered from this. Bro got the Kyrie levels of balance over here, moving like MJ to get back up. But then we see it. Ippo throws a punch without punching, a shot with killer intent, and that backs Sendo off, letting him survive the round. In the corner, Ippo's trying to think about what he needs to do to win, when Haji, the dog Nakota illegally brought into the gym, barks, reminding him of everything that he learned at training camp. Shout out to the dog, by the way. He saved Ippo right here. And finally, he turned on that Sharingan. Ippo gets up. His legs are still good. He still has energy. This isn't over yet. Round 4 begins, and even though he was beating on him before, Sendo hesitates. The tiger's instincts don't allow him to move an inch. It's those damn eyes, the same ones he had against Mashiba. Ippo strikes first. They exchange punches once more. Sendo comes in with a smash, but Ippo reads it like work. They keep going hit for hit once again, and it's like round 3 never even happened. Ippo is back in his rhythm. Weave, body blow, uppercut, eats a hit. 1, 2, 3, he's getting his licks back. But he gets too overzealous. After hitting Sendo, he goes in for a killer blow, but Sendo baits him and goes in for a smash that is sure to kill. Ippo blocks it, but that's not enough. He shot like a cannonball back into his corner. His back gives out, and Ippo heads towards the floor. Sendo goes in for the finisher, but then, BAM! The gazelle punch. The one punch that can be thrown when bent over. And oh my god, that hurts. Sendo is struggling to get up, and it's not looking good. But Ippo knows that he'll get up. He assumes that fighting pose and plots to put him down for good. He's gonna need to finish this off with the Dempsey roll. Round 5 begins. Sendo seems to be pretty good for a guy who just got knocked down. But then Ippo strikes with a devious uppercut that got Sendo with ketchup all over his face. But this monster doesn't back down. He counters with a mean gut check. It's not looking good. Takamura is in the stands, shouting at Ippo to lock in. That's how bad it was. Then it happens. A mean 5-piece combo by Sendo that sets Ippo flat on his ass. Ippo gets back up, but one right straight, and he was down on the floor again. It took him all his strength just to get back up. 2 knockdowns in 1 round. Ippo was face first on the floor, same as he was with Date. Sendo hits a victory pose. It's over. Ippo's lying on the ground. All he wants to do is close his eyes and go to sleep. He's had his chance twice in a row. It's time to let it go. But then he remembers the pain, the suffering he went through after his fight with Date, the feeling of defeat. He vowed he'd never feel this way again. Sendo was in shambles. He hit that victory pose and everything, and he still got up. But at the same time, he's hyped. He wouldn't expect anything else from his rival. The round restarts. Sendo goes on the attack. 1 more knockdown, and he'll be the winner. He needs to land a punch more superior than Ippo's willpower. Ippo's in the corner. He gets hit, but he doesn't stop. He weaves and lands another body blow, cracking Sendo's ribs. Then he waits, biding his time. Sendo's ribs are cracking as he hurls his punches. And then another body blow. Then another, just before the round ends. But even so, Sendo can't stop smiling. He's willing to put his life on the line for his fight. Hey Makino Uguchi, have you ever fought a boxing match with your life on the line? Rin Itoshi wishes he was this cold. Ippo was finally close to finding his answer. In the corner, Ippo talks with Kamigawa. He's finally close to finding his answer. The question that drove him to box in the first place. What does it mean to be strong? Kamigawa tells him to go out there, find out himself. That's all he needed. They get back out there and continue to throw hands, exceeding their limits with each hit. Each punch more damaging than the last. On one hand, we have the guy who was always strong and fought because he was strong. On the other, we have the guy who was weak and fought because he wanted to become stronger. Both look for the same answer. What does it mean to be strong? Round 6 ends and round 7 starts, and Sendo, surprisingly, goes on the defensive with a cross-arm block. A big move for a guy with his pride. Each of them wait. Each of them study each other, waiting for the opportunity to strike. Ippo starts his motion, getting into the Dempsey roll, and Sendo stops it, then whams him with a smash. But it was a dual exchange. Ippo was able to get his ribs once again. He knew it was coming. Then Ippo strikes back with a right. Sendo was reeling, but he got the Sharingan on as well. He comes in for the smash. This could be it, folks. Ippo's in a bad position. Will he be able to take this? Fake. We learned that from Nakota. Gazelle punched to the jaw, and then when that theme music started playing, I knew he was about to cook. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, and then the electrifying left to finish it off. Game, set, match. It is over. Sendo gets up, but it's already done. All he wants to do is take a look at the man who bested him. The man who is not the featherweight champion of Japan. Ippo Bakenouchi! Kubi was in tears. Mashiba was happy in his own little way. And Miyata was aura farming per usual, but happy. Sendo congratulates Ippo on the win, and per usual, leaves the ring with his head held up high. And then we see it. That beautiful Japanese featherweight champion belt. Exactly where it belongs. On Ippo's waist. And Ippo puts them arms in the air. Great job, GOAT. You deserved it. I never doubted you. And although he won, Ippo still doesn't truly know entirely what it means to be strong. But that's okay. Even though he's the champ, this is where his career truly begins. But now, it is time for a party. This video was sponsored by Anime Express. Use code NOAH10 to receive 10% off on select anime merch. Huh? So to start off the Chunin exams, we got Sasuke versus...
It's an adult man. This is an adult man that you're looking at.
And it really wasn't looking good for Sasuke. That curse mark was over here hurting like a bitch. And not only that, he was the first match too. He got no time to rest. Niggas in the stands were watching this match with glee. They have been waiting for this dude to get done dirty. And watching this for the first time as a kid, I thought it was over for my GOAT. Not only did he start this match off on the floor, it took him 2 seconds to get cooked and palmed like a basketball. He ended up kicking him off, but it still wasn't looking good for him. Mans was at the end of his rope, he could barely dodge his hits. Even his girl knew that he was a raps, bro. Had to look away to hide her embarrassment. And that's when Naruto told him that he needed to lock in. But Naruto telling him this reminded him of something. That ass beating he caught earlier from Lee. So when the masked man pulls up again, he goes 1, 2, 3, and then off the weave comes in from below, sends his ass flying. But just when he's about to start cooking, that curse mark starts bitching again. He had to get a flashback of his girl crying and Naruto yelling at him to get him back in shape. And after that, it was basically over. Masked Man thought shit was sweet when he blocked that first hit, but when Sasuke came in with that backhand, he had no response. Added that extra kick for good measure too. Name was tough, Lion's Barrage. And yeah, Sasuke won. After that match, the next match was Shino versus that dude Sasuke had yelling.
What are you doing?
Getting bent over by a teenager, a 12-year-old no less, is hella crazy in my opinion.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
And I really think we all forgot how much aura this man Shino had in OG Naruto. Boruto doesn't help his case, but man, this dude was scary. Apparently Backshot Boy over here can still use one of his arms. Shino blocks his attack, but he ends up blowing him away anyways.
Niggas in trouble.
He was over here feeling himself, just for Shino to get up tough as shit with only minimal damage to the fit.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
He was being so full of himself that he didn't even notice that Shino had him surrounded. Nigga was so distraught over his situation they had to give him a flashback. I'ma skip over it though, I don't really care. In the end, he decides to use his ace in the hole. And apparently, he could use his other arm the entire time.
Okay.
I don't even know if this was supposed to be cool or whatever, but this shit was not tough, bro. Should have just fought with both arms already and called it a day. He really wasted a good 2 minutes of screen time just for this attack not to work.
Like you said yourself, I'll always have an ace in the hole.
Fine speech.
Because Shino already bugged his arms. Get it? Bugged his arms because, you know, the bugs were inside of... I'm gonna see myself out. And once again, I don't know who this man thought he was, because I would have called it quits after getting bitched like that. But no, he tries to spin back on Shino and caught the meanest backhand of the tournament so far. No man or woman should be caught looking like this during a fight, bro. Damn. Anyway, Shino ended up taking the dub. And the next match we got was Kankuro versus Luffy from Wish. And he took the dub.
Who the fuck is that guy?
The match after that was Sakura versus Ino, and I'm not gonna lie, this shit was ass. I remember being mad as hell when this fight came on. I used to get 1 hour a day of TV time on Cartoon Network, and I had to waste it on this? Man, you know I was pressed. But low-key, looking back on it, Sakura was cooking. I know y'all saw this double shadow clone fake out into the hit, had Ino hitting all sorts of poses. Lee was over here stressing, he ain't know who to support, his homegirl or his crush. I can understand that feeling. Anyway, Ino ended up cutting her hair off or some shit and used it to catch Sakura in her jutsu, but Sakura literally kicked her out of her mind, and this led to both of them collapsing. A tie. Boring.
Well, this sucks.
The match after this one was Tenten vs Temari. And I don't even know if y'all knew this, but this wasn't even a page in the manga. Temari just blew her back out and it was over. I let Temari blow my back out too. I would blow Temari, but Temari genuinely might be the top 3 finest women in Naruto, but I do not care what y'all niggas say. Tenten's dumbass was running in circles and doing acrobatics just to do nothing. Anything to get more screen time, I guess. But yeah, Temari won, yada yada yada, moving on. The match next up was Shikamaru versus the Needle Girl. And Shikamaru's fights are always interesting, so I'm actually going to talk about this. Needle Girl, living up to her name, uses needles as weapons. These needles have bells attached to them. Shikamaru assumed that these would be used as a fake out or a distraction so he wouldn't notice the needles thrown without the bells. And it looked like he was correct, but his assumption was wrong, because the bells ended up being the main force in her attack. They casted the genjutsu through sound, which had both seeing ghosts. Now he can't tell where the needles are coming from, and it looked like it was over for him, but this is Shikamaru we're talking about. He got so many plans that puts niggas like Dutch Vandal in the shame. He ends up narrowing his shadow to the shape of the thread, not actually using it, but making it look like he did. And he was able to catch her. That boy's smart as hell. But this next move is even crazier. Everyone knows that anyone caught in the shadow position jutsu has to move the same way as the user. So realistically speaking, the only way to land a hit was to be to get hit as well. But Shikamaru has a plan. Shikamaru always has a plan. He ends up throwing a shuriken and dodging it, so the girl dodges as well. but she ends up hitting the wall and getting knocked out. He used his surroundings and his smarts to get her close to the wall so she wouldn't notice and get the dub. No hands required, just his brain. Gotta respect it. The next fight was Naruto versus Kiba, and I have no intentions of going over this fight. This shit was a shadow clone Fang for Fang festival. This nigga Naruto ended up using a fart to get the advantage. I cannot believe Kiba got cooked like this and still was talking about wanting to be the Hokage. This combo here was tough as hell though. Rocked this shit, used himself as a launch pad, set himself up for the oop, and smacked that nigga down face first into the dirt. This was better than Sasuke's too, by the way. That weak ass Timu Lee move had nothing on this. Then the next match was Hinata versus Neji. And that girl Hinata was not built for this, man. Neji was talking all sorts of crazy, and the best she could do was start shaking in her boots. Naruto had to give another one of his speeches, and I don't even know what that did to her brain, but all of a sudden, she locked in. And Hinata may be quiet, but she got hands for real. They was really going hit for hit until Neji got a clean hit in over here. But even then, she still didn't back down. She was going all out. But unfortunately, that wasn't enough. I will commend her though, she did not give up, even when she should have. Shout out Naruto, bro. He a real one for motivating her. Neji was really about to kill her over this fight, bro. But honestly, I really don't know why these niggas pulled up 4 deep to save her for one of his attacks. Especially Kurenai, posing up, holding the arm like that for what? She really just wanted to be involved for real. Anyway, Neji ends up winning and Hinata ends up having to leave on a stretcher. And Naruto, seeing how she was done dirty thanks to Neji's a failure is a failure mindset, says,
I vow to win!
Now the next matchup is Lee versus Gaara, and honestly I could have made a whole separate vid for this. The biggest reason why I wanted to cover this tournament was because of this fight specifically, and now it's finally my time. They really had Choji over here stressing. He thought he was gonna get picked, and I gotta hand it to Lee here. He did the same thing we do when we're waiting for a game to load. Gotta act like you don't care, short boots up faster. Works every time too. And Gaara really wasted no time getting to business. Make sure everyone saw how tough his pull-up game is. Lee got in saying that he was happy to square up against him, and Gaara just staring at it. The Proctor says begin, and he immediately pulls up with a 5-finger salute into his signature Leaf Hurricane. Gaara doesn't even move, and Lee has to fall back before he gets crushed. But Lee's not one to give up easily. He gets back in there and tries again. He out here busting all the moves, and Gaara's still standing there all nonchalant and shit. Had Lee trying to hit pull-up jumpers and everything, but it still ain't work. And now Gaara want to start talking about some, I hope you're not done entertaining me. There hasn't been enough blood. Like, bro, chill, you ain't do nothing but staying there this entire match. Now Lee's starting to get cooked. Bro gets caught off the escape route and thrown away. Goes 0 for 9 in the field, and when he tries to bounce back, it looks like Gaara has finally caught him. But then we see that he wasn't even close. And this right here is when everyone knew Lee was about to do something generational. Guy over here starts telling everyone that Lee can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu, but only taijutsu. But even so, he's still like that. Then he gives Lee the go ahead to take them off, and he's like, for real? Bet. And starts taking off these weights.
Come on, you really think you'll be able to get through Gaara's defenses just by dropping a couple of pounds of weight?
And this wooed me as a kid, man. Like, not only did this mean that bro was holding back this entire time, but it meant that my GOAT Sasuke got cooked by a bowl cut kid that was holding back. Everyone seeing this all of a sudden shocked. Then Guy tells Lee to get active, and he starts going crazy. Pulls up on Gaara and gets within 1 inch of pounding his face and moves around and damn near does it again. Gaara doesn't even know what's going on. He's basically the living embodiment of a max level pay to win player going up against a lower level dude who got 100 hours on the game. Guy over here telling everyone that he turned Lee into a hand-to-hand demon by putting all his stats into taijutsu. And we see that's a fact as he whirls around Gaara, pulls up from the top, and then makes him take a bow. They had him hitting the dab and everything. That is crazy. And everyone's in shock because Gaara never gets injured. And this bowl cut headed ass kid just did that, and now Guy's turned up. He tells Lee to start cooking, and he immediately gets active.
Grab his stick and twist it!
Gaara is so stressed now that he's actually using his moveset, but he's still not quick enough. Lee moving way too fast. He pulls up from behind and gives him the fist to the face. Sent that boy flying. Now this nigga Gaara want to start tweaking out. And Gaara used to scare me, bro. Hell, he still scare me now, especially when he pulls some BS like this, encasing himself in this sand and smiling all heinous and shit. Lee's scared too. They don't have D1 crash outs like this in the Hidden Leaf, but even so, he still got a plan on how to take him on. So he looks at Guy for his approval, and he nods back. And Lee starts unraveling his bandages and tells Gaara to get ready. Then he starts zooming. While he's whirling around, Gaara's asking him, what are you waiting for? Like he ain't get his ass beat like 30 seconds ago. Lee just smiles and starts getting active. Comes in from below, kicks him up, but but he's not floating. So this nigga starts walking his ass upward. Then he wraps his bandages around him, starts spinning him around like he's using Spinjitzu, and then sends him back down. Shit would have been a game winner if it was anyone but Gaara, but he ended up getting faked out. This nigga pulls up behind him like the boogeyman and starts smiling devious as hell. Even his siblings were worried for Lee. You know how demonous a dude gotta be to have his siblings worried for your sake? He started messing him up. Lee could barely move at this point as well. Mans was getting blasted and Gaara was enjoying every moment, licking his chops evil as shit. But then he sees his sensei watching him in the stands and remembers all that he went through to get to this point. The training, the bullying, the suffering, and he sees God looking at him and knows that now is the time to finish the job. He gets into his pose and starts revving up. Gaara over here saying that it's over, which is the last thing I'd be saying to a nigga who look like he about to go Super Saiyan. Then Lee opens the third gate and then the fourth. Now it's his time to shine. He starts speeding his way towards Gaara and sends that boy up into the air, comes in front of him and starts bouncing him around like a ping pong ball. Gaara's armor is starting to crumble. But Lee's not safe either. His muscles are literally falling apart with every movement he takes. Neji over here confused. He never seen Lee move like this in the history of ever. Even though Lee's body is practically falling apart, he still opens the fifth gate to get the finisher on Gaara. And this was nasty. Gaara knew he was cooked. Fear in his eyes he hasn't had since he was a kid. Lee disappears from his line of vision, then rearranges his guts. But Lee not done. He grabs the nigga by the bandages, brings him back, and does that shit again. And that really should have won it for Lee, but unfortunately, Gaara was able to cushion his fall thanks to his gourd, paid to win all the way. And yeah, from here it was just nasty. Gaara took out 2 of his rings, and then he tried going for the kill, but God put a stop to that immediately. I don't blame Gaara though. If a nigga did me that dirty, I wouldn't want him walking on my planet neither. He gotta go. Gaara sees this and is like, alright bro, whatever, I'm done. And they're about to end the match when we see Lee unconscious, but still trying to fight. I low-key shed a tear when I was a little boy watching this, man. This is so sad, bro. You wanted to win so badly. And Temari, her fucking hating ass over here, small, talking about some.
I knew he couldn't beat Gaara.
Shut the fuck up.
Over here smiling and shit like he wouldn't have had her on her knees in like 5 seconds, bro. Come on. Lee's taken away on a stretcher. And from there, they begin the final match of this round, which is Choji versus another masked man. And let's not waste any time because Choji's fat ass got packed the fuck up.
Just put the fries in the bag, bro. You wash.
And yeah, that was the end of the first round of the tournament. So after that, they round up the winners and tell them who they're going to be going up against in the next round. And they're told they're going to be given 1 month to train so they can come up with new moves so they don't get cooked in the next round. So they go do that. Naruto trains with the Ebisu, and then Jiraiya and Sasuke trains with Kakashi. Gaara was catching bodies all over the field, bro. He packed up the Sound Dude, and then he tried to pack up Lee while he was in the hospital, only to get stopped by Shikamaru, then left saying that he was going to do the rest of them like the Uchihas. Like, okay bro, whatever. Also during this time, Orochimaru and his #1 Glacier Kabuto are plotting on Sasuke, and the Sand Village is plotting on the Hidden Leaf, so there's a lot going on right now. But anyway, fast forward a month, and the time is finally here. Naruto dumbass is almost late to his first match. They take one last look at who they're going up against and they see the changes. Shikamaru was supposed to go up against Dosu, the dude who packed up Choji. While they were training, he tried to press Gaara and yeah, that happened. So Shikamaru is fighting Temari instead. First match of this round of the tournament is Neji versus Naruto. And nobody had faith in this nigga Naruto, bro. I can't even front. I didn't have any faith in him either. Like, let's be real, bro. Neji was basically top 1 at this point. Dude was a Hyuga and a Genin Super Senior. Kiba was over here trying to act like he lost to Naruto because he underestimated him. Like, no, bro. You lost because you were trash. Anyway, Neji and Naruto finally square off. And Neji asked Naruto if he's got anything to say to him. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass, nigga. Believe it. He held in his laugh right here, then turns on that Byakugan, and the first fight of this round begins. Naruto starts off with a 3-piece shuriken attack, but Neji blocks that with ease and keep him mad as hell, for good reason too. Attacking a Byakugan user with a frontal attack is like challenging Derrick Henry to 1v1 in an open field. You are asking to get cooked. Naruto tries going in for a right, but he gets steered away, so he's like, okay, bounces back and comes in with a left. But not only did he catch air, Neji dodged his ass with a smile on his face. And he proceeds to get blocked on every and any attempt on getting back. That boy Naruto was trying everything and still failing. And Neji came in with an attack of his own, pulled up and hit bro in the stomach. Naruto ain't even know how to react. And he almost got Naruto right here with the same move he hit Hinata. But Naruto was able to move away in time, so he only hit his shoulder. Neji is able to turn off chakra points with his technique, So if Naruto wants to win, he's gonna have to avoid hand-to-hand combat. Neji's over here like, I told you nigga, you not beating me. But Naruto says they just getting started. And now that he's warmed up, it's time for him to cook. He busts out his Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto is smart as well. He distributed his chakra evenly through his clones so that Neji wouldn't know which was the real one. But that did not matter, because the way Neji did him here is crazy, bro. Peep this.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
The clones pull up 4 deep, so Neji takes the first 2, uses them as a launch pad, and sends the other one away. Then he does this clean ass evasive maneuver where he follows the motion of Naruto's kick, and Naruto's like, hey, that's not bad, let's see you try it again. And Neji does something even crazier. As Naruto clones roll in, he jumps into the air, spins them around, and simultaneously stomps on one and kicks away the other one. That makes the other 2 look goofy, bypassing their attacks, then kicks them away. Had Sakura sitting back down in her chair in disbelief. Then Neji started talking crazy. Actually, let me pause real quick because he was actually stating facts.
The fuck are you talking about?
He starts telling Naruto that people's limitations are set from birth, and that anyone who tries to become something that they're not is just a fool.
You might not be an A, but you are a B+.
Just like being Hokage, only those destined to be one will become one, and that the only destiny people share equally is death. And everything he said right here was low-key true. They didn't know it at the time, but Naruto was quite literally the reincarnation of Ninja Jesus and the son of the 4th Hokage. Plus he had the 9 tails inside of him, bro. He was destined for greatness, man. But Naruto doesn't care about any of that. He tells Neji that it don't matter because he never knows how to quit. Then he uses his multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu and gets ready to jump him. And this is what I hate about these Shadow Clone Jutsu jumpings, bro. At first, they all pull up looking like they're about to get active, but after this devious ass combo Neji gave to this clone over here, they all want to stand around.
What the fuck? You all just gonna stand there and watch me get my ass kicked?
He tried going after the random clone thinking that it was Naruto, but it turned out to be a decoy. It looked like Naruto got the upper hand here, but that ain't do nothing.
Oh, come on!
Because Neji finally decided to use his 8 Trigems palm rotation, which gives him a 360 defense against attacks. And now Naruto is really getting cooked. He can't even touch him anymore. Neji has the upper hand. He comes in with his gentle fish technique, hitting Naruto's chakra points and beating the shit out of him. And all Naruto can do is take it like a good boy. Nigga got done so bad that Hinata's ass started hitting the Arthur Morgan. She was coughing everywhere. But even after that, Naruto still manages to get up. And Naruto's confused on why Neji is so obsessed with destinies and why he believes that everyone is set to one. So Neji decides to tell him his life story. He tells Naruto about how he was once the branch side of the Hyuga clan. Because of that, he had a curse implanted on his forehead. And when you're part of the branch family, you're forced to serve the main household for the rest of your life. And if you do anything wrong, them niggas can literally turn your line into goop. And because of this, his father was forced to give up his life because of his older brother's mistake. His father, who was born just a few seconds after his older brother, and therefore forced to be a part of the branch family. And stuff like that is exactly where Neji got his mentality. But Naruto's like, hey, big deal, nigga. You're not the only one cursed with something you didn't ask for. Then he tells him that there's no reason for him to beat Hinata like that because all she wanted was Neji's respect. The crazy thing is neither of them are wrong. Neji was right in his philosophy, and at the same time, Naruto was right when he said he shouldn't hurt others and stop believing in himself because of it. But that don't matter to Neji. Naruto is basically done since all of his chakra points are shut off. He says,
it's fitting that you sympathize with Hinata because you're about to share her fate.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket.
But then Naruto locks in. He tells Kurama it's time to pay rent, and then brings out the 9-tailed fox chakra, and now he's back and better than ever. He starts off by throwing up some shurikens out the fadeaway. Neji blocks that, but when he tries to strike back, Naruto's already gone. Naruto pulls up again and they trade blows with the kunai. Then they clash one more time. After that, they slide back and Naruto's like, hey, I heard you like hand-to-hand combat. Let's get it. Starts charging at full speed. Then they finally clash with this big ass explosion. Naruto telling Neji that he's gonna change the Hyuga after he becomes Hokage. And then the dust settles and it looks like Naruto got cooked. Neji starts talking all sorts of crazy, calling this nigga a failure and shit. And until he gets hit with the meanest uppercut of this tournament. Hell, maybe the entire series. Nigga got hit so hard that he couldn't even move after. And Naruto be dumb as rock sometimes, but the way he thinks when it comes to fighting is genius. He used a clone as bait, then dug under the ground to deliver the final blow while he was getting beat down. This man crazy. Naruto ends out the fight telling Neji that unlike him, he's not a failure and that he can change his own destiny. Unfortunately for Neji though, in the end he was right. But that's a video for another time. Anyway, Naruto wins and Sasuke's match is supposed to be next, but that boy AWOL. So they postponed his match because, you know, he's the main event. So the next match was supposed to be Conqueror versus Shino, but Conqueror doesn't want niggas knowing how his bag works, so he forfeits. And quick editor's note right here, low key, looking back at this is so fucking funny because, bro, it is Conqueror, bro. Ain't nobody watching film saying, hey, yo, watch Conqueror, bro. Like, nobody is scared of this man, bro. Unleash your whole bag, bro. Nobody cares. Meaning that Temari and Shikamaru face off next. And he's about to drop off as well because, you know, Shikamaru, he lazy. But Naruto pushes him into the ring. And nobody was trying to see this shit, man. Replacing Sasuke's match with Shikamaru's is like subbing out Victor Wembanyama for, like, I don't know, bro. Jeremy Sochan, whatever his name is. Niggas don't care. Shikamaru mad as hell. Not only are they hating on him, but he gotta fight a girl, bro. A 10. And Temari was over here trying to start the fight before the proctor said go. He ended up dodging that attack and said, hey, I don't really care if I don't make Chunin, but I'm not gonna let myself get cooked by a girl, you know? And to this day, I still don't know how the hell this nigga made it all the way across the arena when he had his hands in his pockets the entire time. But hey, it was tough, so I don't really care.
Sometimes I wish I was a cloud.
And Shikamaru's such a mood, bro. Temari's seeing him smiling over here thinking that he mocking her, but nah, dude's just bored. She sends off an attack, and then through the dust, Shikamaru sends off his Shadow Possession Jutsu. Temari steps back, and then marks off the spot where it ends, and now she knows his range. But Shikamaru's not doing anything, so she keeps sending off attacks until he strikes back again. Temari thinks that it's futile, but then his shadow crosses over the mark that she made earlier. The reason why he wasn't attacking was because he was killing time, so that the shadow of the arena could get bigger and lengthen his range. But even though it didn't work, Shikamaru got a plan. That boy Shikamaru always got a plan. And it would have worked too if Conqueror's bum ass ain't snitch. It's gotta be a penalty, right? Ain't no way he can just help people out like this, bro. She would have gotten caught if he ain't say nothing. Eventually, Temari avoids the shadow and retreats behind her fan, and she starts concocting her own plan. She plans on using a shadow clone, using that as a diversion, and then coming in for the finishing blow. But right before she sets it into motion, she gets captured. She looks behind her and sees that she's been caught. Out of the same hole Naruto burst out of to give it to Neji. Shikamaru led her closer and closer to that hole and used the shadow of the other hole to get to her since they were connected, and she ended up walking right into his trap and she's amazed. But right before it seems like he's about to make her forfeit the match,
The hell with it. I give up.
apparently his chakra was starting to run low, and to be honest, he didn't really give a fuck about all this. And hey, Shikamaru might have lost this match, but he won something a lot more valuable that day. And if y'all didn't know, he planned out the next 200 moves of this fight. 200 IQ for a reason. Anyways, Temari won, and now people are ready for the main event. Sasuke versus Gaara. And right now everyone's mad. Niggas were out here taking days off just to see this man Sasuke box. I'd be mad too. I'd definitely be the type of guy to put my entire life savings on that Sasuke moneyline. The other day I put $2 on Zephyr to win a game in Sparking Zero and that nigga sold me. So I understand the pain of getting sold.
He said $2 parlay Zeph don't sell. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, gang. It might be over for it.
They asked the Okages on what they want to do, and they said they're gonna give Sasuke 10 more minutes to pull up. So some time passes, and now 30 seconds remain. People are starting to get stressed because they parlays at stake. And right before time runs out, this man Sasuke finally pulls up. You know he and Kakashi were practicing this shit right before they got here. I bet they ass was watching this the entire time, counting down the seconds before they could come in. There's a top 5 pull up in Naruto though too. Kakashi, a W sensei, he had the leaves falling all around them, acting all nonchalant and shit, unveiling the new fit as well. This was so tough. And the proctor came in with the greatest lob since D-Wade to Broadback in 2011. He asked Sasuke who he is, and he says,
I'm Sasuke Uchiha. Damn, what a show off.
Stadium damn near exploded when they heard that. Sasuke over here asking Naruto how he did, and he's like, I won, nigga, what you think? And I don't even know what's going on with these angles, but they got Sasuke looking goofy as hell, man. Long face ass. Anyway, they get ready to go, and as Gaara is walking down the steps, he runs into these two dudes right here. They're telling him that he better lose because they got people in high places who are betting on Sasuke. Then the dude with the lip gloss makes the mistake of bringing out his kunai, and all Gaara needed was a reason to crash out on these niggas, so he makes quick work of them. And I'm with Gaara on this one. If you wanted to make money so bad, you should have bet on me, nigga. Fuck your parlay. Shikamaru and Naruto heard this because they were walking up the stairs, and they were shook. And Gaara just walked down the stairs like nothing happened. Him and Sasuke get to the middle, and Sasuke over here locked in, and Gaara looking like he one evil thought away from sending Sasuke and the entire stadium to hell. Not even 5 seconds after this fight begins, this dude Gaara already tweaking out. Even Sasuke knows something's dead wrong with this dude, but as quickly as he started tweaking out, he logs back in. Back at the stairs, Shikamaru and Naruto realize that Gaara is not playing around no more. He's really gonna kill this man Sasuke. Just like, damn, we gotta do something. And then we get back to the fight. Sasuke starts off with shurikens that get blocked by a sand clone.
Whoa! I did not see that coming.
They trade blows, and then Sasuke pulls up, gets stopped by the sand clone, breaks the sand clone, and then tries to go after Gaara. But all of a sudden, Sasuke smiles. Then he disappears and pulls up behind Gaara. Lee gave that boy Gaara generational PTSD. He got bro seeing visions. And if I was Lee bro seeing this, I'd be pissed off. The same nigga who I beat in front of his girl is now not only stealing my moves, but he is jacking my swag as well. Peep the pose, bro. Same as Lee's. People like Sasuke be so damn greedy, bro. Like, he already got the fit, the hair, the Sharingan, the hose, and the moves, and now you stealing the poses too? Come on, bro. Save something for the rest of us.
Fuck this nigga.
He tells Gaara that he better get active, and when he just stares at him, he's like, alright then, I'll bring the fight to you. Starts darting towards him, and now Gaara is stressed. He goes behind him, bypasses his defenses like his Google two-step verification, and hits this crazy spin move into this kick. That was so clean, bro. I'm gonna need an instant replay on that bitch, bro. Look.
DJ Douglas out of his cleats here. Oh! I mean, that cutting ability. This is why he was the number 4 round.
Sasuke hair blowing majestically in the wind. He asking, is that all he got? He hits Lee's pose once again, then steals his move. All these damn little chickies do is fucking steal, bro. Look at this. He think he tough. He zooms around Lee at top speed and pulls up with something rambunctious. Like, pause this frame right here, bro. There ain't no need to be doing all this, gang. Came in, kicked bro in the face, brought him back, held him down, and then kneed him in the gut. And Gaara is so damn fake, bro. All that talk about, I'll kill you. And when he faces ninjas that can actually throw hands, that young nigga gimmick goes straight out the window. Starts crying for his mama. But hey, best believe you put that boy in front of Choji, he's gonna start going all out again. Now Gaara bum ass wanna start camping. All that talk about how he's gonna kill Sasuke, now he's hiding away like a little bitch. Gaara was so mad over here that he started speaking in tongues and shit. And Sasuke activates his Sharingan trying to break through his defenses, but he's not getting through. Sasuke knows that Gaara is just stalling, but he don't care. He takes another pose out of Lee's bag and says he's gonna use this time to prepare for his next attack. Niggas get their ass beat by one person, start stealing their whole bag, bro. Like, come on, bro. These poses, the moves, like, come on, leave some for Lee, bro. He makes it up the side of the stadium wall, and I want y'all to listen to what Gaara was saying right here, bro.
I'm going to open it now. I'm going to rip it open. That's how you get it all out. Everything inside will come spilling out. Lots and lots of it. And I'll give it all to you. I'm such a good boy, aren't I?
Bro, what the fuck? The fact that Naruto was able to talk this dude out of killing everyone later is crazy to me, man. Because in my opinion, some niggas just got to go, bro. Like, there's some of these people don't deserve to walk on the same earth that I'm walking on, alright? Then Sasuke starts charging up his attack. During that month of training, Kakashi taught him the Chidori. With a smile on his face, he takes off towards Gaara. He pulls up and goes straight through his sand defense. Sasuke knew that shit hit too. Peep the smile.
Such arrogance.
Gaara inside wondering what's going on. He's feeling this soft, warm sensation on his hand. And y'all just gonna have to hear this real quick. This shit scared me as a kid, man. Gaara's voice actor in the dub, he snapped. Sasuke attempts to free his hand, and we see this creature was holding on to him in this entire time. Everyone is confused, Sasuke included. Then Gaara pops back up and we see that he got injured. Before anyone can say anything, the Sand Village starts their attack. Because during this fight, they used it as a distraction to sleep everyone and start their offensive on the Hidden Leaf. And that's where the Chunin exams end, unofficially anyways.
That can't be it. Where's the rest of it?
So yeah, anyway, that's basically the Chunin exams tournament. I'll talk about more Naruto stuff. Like the video and comment. I love making this video, by the way, so I would love to do it again. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye. Sasuke, 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 Sasuke. This is not no Naruto, but I chop it like Sasuke. Alright, never mind. So, the Chunin exams video recently just hit 1 million, which is insane. Thank y'all so much. And in celebration of that, I decided that we're gonna talk about the best arc in OG Naruto. The Sasuke retrieval arc. The Sasuke retrieval arc starts off with Sasuke sitting in a hospital room. He's coming off quite possibly the worst L he's taken since losing his clan. Got his ass beat in front of Naruto.
He's already dead.
Then was forced to watch an NFL Red Zone recap of his parents getting offed 518,000 times. And you fiends swear that Itachi wasn't evil. Bro was doing this for the love of the game. Anyways, he's stewing over his L in the hospital when Naruto and Sakura come in to cheer him up. Now, Sasuke has been watching Naruto's growth. Ever since that battle with Gaara that he had, he's been feeling weaker than Naruto. And after that Itachi visit, he's feeling more pressure to get stronger. So tell me why, when Sakura's over here trying to feed this man some apples, bro hits the, "Bitch, this chicken is cold," and slaps it away. Then bro asks to run the ones with Naruto. Brought out the Sharingan too. But Naruto's like, "Aight then, let's run it." They go up to the top of the hospital, and this is where you could tell that Sasuke was rattled. Bro was getting shit talked by Naruto.
What happened to the calm-controlled Sasuke? Am I making you nervous? Looks like you picked a fight with me and now you're too scared to go through with it. Is that it?
You're a complete embarrassment.
Only because next to me you're embarrassed at how weak you are.
And tell me why Naruto is out here moving different. Out here posing up on top of the water tower. He doing anything now that he knows that Sakura is watching. Came in, rocked Sasuke, and he gave him one right back. And when Sasuke caught him inside the blanket, he started beating him. But Naruto pushed him off, and they started boxing in the air. And when they got back down, Naruto brought out his specialty, that Shadow Clone Jutsu. But Sasuke was on that timing. Look at the way he destroyed these clones, bro, with elegance. Out here hitting dance moves and everything. And this was clean as hell. Blocked Naruto's Uzumaki barrage, then set the entire roof ablaze. Gotta be an obstruction of property, but whatever. And this was even cleaner. Naruto in the flames, charged his Rasengan, and Sasuke came in with that Chidori that went for the clash. And then this idiot Sakura decided it would be a good idea to run in the middle of them. And to this day, I don't know how she was smart enough to answer 9 out of 10 questions on the tuning exams and then managed to make a move this stupid. But luckily, Kakashi was in the area to save the day. But when Sasuke sees the impacts of their attacks, he starts smiling, thinking that he was stronger than Naruto. Bro hit the backflip downstairs and everything. But when he looked up and saw how Naruto blew the back out of that water tower, he was pissed. Bro was under that tree thinking angry thoughts. And while he's stewing, the Sound Horde is getting ready to make their entrance. Their goal is to bring Sasuke to Orochimaru because he's about 3 coughs away from a permanent end. But before they can make their move, Kakashi comes in, trying to have a heart-to-heart with Sasuke. The path that he's heading down right now is a dangerous one, and Kakashi doesn't want to see a student of his going down that way. And this almost worked too. Maybe if Sasuke's ass got off that damn tree and headed home, this wouldn't have happened. But whatever. He ends up getting jumped by the Sound Horde. Sasuke was low-key moving at first though. Used this guy as a board, kicked this guy away, then simultaneously flung these 2 away. Bro really hit that stare down after doing 0 damage. Then Lipstick Boy calls ISO on Sasuke. His ninjutsu has to do with sound. So when he hits that Do-Re Mi Fa So, Sasuke goes flying. Sasuke ends up getting back with that Lion's Barrage, but after that did no damage, bro started getting bullied. Really brought out the curse mark just to get sat back down. They told him that he would end up as a bum if he stayed in this backwater village any longer. So they said to pull up to the rendezvous tonight if you want to get stronger. And after taking an L on top of that ego check he got from Naruto, it was a no-brainer. Sasuke ends up leaving. But of course, Sakura had to come in and try to save her man. Looking back on this now that I'm more like grown up, that made me realize that Sakura was tweaking here. How are you gonna tell someone who's an orphan, by every aspect of the word, they're gonna be more lonely than he is without him?
I have a family and friends. But if you were gone, Sasuke, it would be the same thing for me as being all alone.
I would have left too after that bullshit. Really said, "I know you think I'm annoying." And Sasuke says, "You're just figuring that out now?" I mean, at least he said thanks to her before knocking her out, but she tweaking. When Sakura wakes up, she immediately tells Tsunade about the news. So she sends for Shikamaru. If y'all don't know, he was the only person in the exams promoted to Chunin, so shout out to him. Unfortunately, all the other Jonin and Chunin are out on other important missions, so he needs to gather as many capable shinobi as he can to help retrieve Sasuke. And by capable shinobi, I mean the only ones left in the damn village. You know it's bad when you have to resort to asking Kiba for help. They give him the "here nigga damn" treatment, looking like a mandatory 21 Savage feature on this squad. The rest of the squad consists of Choji, Neji, and most importantly, Naruto. This gotta be one of the rawest pull-ups in OG Naruto. Even Kiba was looking clean. And Naruto and Shikamaru hitting the duo pose, that went hard as well. And say what you want, but this squad minus Kiba was locked in. Shikamaru may be a pretty lazy guy, but today he was on one. Had the formation and everything, and it was ready to go. But of course, Sakura, annoying ass, had to come in. Shikamaru wasted no time telling her ass to stay home.
Sorry, Sakura. I can't take you on this mission.
Then she started crying about Sasuke, talking about some.
Just bring him home. Please bring Sasuke back to me.
But at this point, everyone is so done with this. Neji giving a crazy side eye, and Shikamaru and Kiba don't even care. But Naruto's a good guy, so he promises to bring Sasuke back home, and they head out. Meanwhile, Sasuke is still with the Sound 4, and before they move on, they make Sasuke upgrade his curse mark. So he pops the perks and they put him inside this container so he can evolve. Naruto and his squad continue their pursuit, but the Sound 4 have already won the first fight against two Jonin 2. A random and the GOAT Gemma ended up running into them. Now, Gemma was looking tough and all, even used a toothpick to block a shuriken, but they got their ass beat, but it wasn't in vain. They must have put up a good fight because our squad was able to find them resting and they're ready to nail them. But before they get going, Shikamaru has a plan. Shikamaru always has a plan, and honestly this was a good one. Shikamaru and Neji purposely got lured in by an explosion kunai. Then when the rest of them got pulled in, Kiba was useful for once and threw a smoke bomb, and with that distraction, Shikamaru was able to snare them in his jutsu. Had to thank them for making him look good in front of his squad, but these guys are smart. They set a trap inside a trap in another trap. Shikamaru gets distracted, and that leads to them getting caught in an earth jutsu. Basically, it was sucking out their chakra and using it to reinforce the wall. But that wasn't even the crazy part. The crazy part was Kiba's bum ass failing to get through it. Bro was the only one with a huge AoE move, so he tried once and failed. Stand back everyone, I got this. If one Fang Over Fang didn't work, then how about 2 Fang Over Fangs? Nigga, are you dumb? And let's just say that didn't work. Had Akamaru on the roids and everything for nothing. Bro might be the sorriest ninja ever, and this isn't even the trashiest thing that he did today. Anyway, it was Choji who ended up being the savior of the day, using his rolling ball technique to get him out of there. And honestly, they really should have let Choji get his work in first, because why is Kiba bum ass, of all people, rushing first to run the ones with this guy? Hit that weak ass Fang attack of his, and then ended up booty in the air, ready to take back shots. Then he spun back for round 2. Look at Choji's face in this frame, bro. He knows Kiba is sorry. Anyway, the team regroups, and Choji takes it upon himself to fight the big guy. And once I saw him throw this dude like this, I knew he was about to cook. Like y'all see his face, bro, that boy is in the zone. At first though, he was getting cooked. That curse mark was giving him the work, but once Choji popped that red pill, he was locked in. Bro got skinnier and started moving different, and the butterfly aura as well, whew, that went hard. He destroyed that man. Shout out to my boy. The rest of the squad continues onward, and their next opponent is the Black Spider guy. Let's call him Miles Morales. Miles is easily the smartest out of the Sound 4. First he saw through the Shadow Clone, tied up Shikamaru, then Naruto, and we all know Kiba's bum ass wasn't getting anything done. He even got Neji. He was low-key about to put these boys on a t-shirt, but that boy Neji came in clutch. Miles' jutsu involves using the flow of chakra, meaning that he is the only one who can stop him. So they leave Neji and head on over. When it comes down to it, Neji's a rather tactical fighter. We don't see the full extent of it in the tuning exams, because what the hell are you gonna do to Kurama? But here, we see it. If he didn't try to put Hinata on the disabled list, he'd probably be a Chunin right now. He hit Miles with that 8 trigrams, 64 palms of doom. But Spider-Man is too good, he ate those hits. And he even used a chakra barrier, like we saw Gaara do. Then he went into his curse mark mode, and from there, Neji was getting worked. He summoned this giant spider, which also had spiders inside of it. This is low-key my worst nightmare. Being a ninja is not for me, but his greatest feat was figuring out the weakness of the Byakugan. Basically, the Byakugan has a blind spot. That rotation jutsu is meant to prevent attacks from exposing it. If you throw a bunch of attacks at the user and then shoot a couple at its blind spot, then you'll be able to get through. Mr. Morales was able to figure this out and turn Neji into a pencil sharpener. Ominous foreshadowing if I do say so myself. But Neji isn't dying, not today at least. So Miles turns it up a notch, going deeper into the curse mark mode, sniping that poor boy like prime rug, but Neji was playing it smart. Y'all remember how Killua was able to dodge those sniper shots with his N? Neji does the same thing with his chakra, using it to throw him off, but he's not able to dodge completely, And damn, if you think that this looks bad, you should see the manga. Bro's shoulder was gone. Neji tried running away, but this dude was actually using aimbot. There was no escaping him. Bro was done. But then Neji pulled one of my favorite moves in OG Naruto. This was so badass. He took a hit from the arrow, used the strings that were guiding the arrow to funnel his chakra, then knocked the guy off. Then he locked in, chased the guy down, gave him that wombo combo to finish him off, started using spinjitzu and shit, and I know bro was feeling himself. He spun around, back turned, right in his face, and he was able to take the W. Great win on his part. Beat a stronger opponent with his brain. Love to see it. Now, there are only 2 Sound Ninja left. It's getting dark, so Captain Shikamaru says to hold off and watch from a distance. Without Neji's Byakugan, they won't be able to make a definitive strike in the dark. Kiba annoying ass saying some, "What about me and Akamaru smell?" Shut your lame ass up, bruh. Eventually, when day breaks, they strike. And this was a good combo. Shikamaru and Kiba willingly took the beat down for Naruto to get off the Rasengan. Naruto gets caught, but turns out that was just a fake, so Kiba could come in. Kiba gets dodged, but turns out that was a feint as well to go for the boss. Shikamaru traps the red hair girl, bada bang bada boom, they're out of there. Gotta love Shikamaru, bro, the man with the plan. Even Akamaru was putting in work. Bro set off some explosive bombs, but when Akamaru gets trapped, Kiba has to head back and save him, and this leads to him and the other Sound Ninja falling off into a ravine. Now, a 2v1 doesn't sound that bad. Hell, Shikamaru can hold this girl off, and Naruto can start heading back. But then we see this man pull up. Turns out, before the Sound 4 was a quartet, they were a squad, the Sound 5. And who was their strongest member? This guy, Kimimaro. Bro's entrance was crazy. Pulled up from the sky, falling down. Came in so fast that Shikamaru geeked ass and Naruto didn't even notice. Stole that box with ease and he was out of there. And he was out here threatening his own teammates? Ain't this your +1, bro? Kimimaro heads off, leaving Naruto to follow after him. He eventually catches up to him in an open field. And when Naruto heard that Orochimaru planned on taking Sasuke's body for himself, he was livid. Brought out the Nine Tails chakra and everything, saying some, "Nobody touches Sasuke's body besides me."
Nigga, you gay.
So we got 3 ongoing battles right now. Kiba versus Two-Face, Shikamaru versus Red Hair, and Naruto versus the Yora farmer, Kimimaro. Let's get the mid out of the way first.
Let's just get this over with.
This Kiba fight was absolute dog water, if you even want to call it that. I'd like to let you guys know that Two-Face over here was stated to be the strongest and fastest out of the Sound 4. And I don't know what was going through his head during the start of this fight. That big goofy grin on his face like he's about to do something. Bro got laid out like crazy. Then he want to start spamming that weak sauce Fang over Fang. And you want to know what his big move ended up being? The ult that he was saving for a moment like this. A transformation into a 2-headed monster, into a, you guessed it, Fang over Fang. And like anything Kiba does, it didn't do shit.
That's disgusting.
Shout out to him, man. It takes skill to be so astronomically garbage. We make fun of Naruto for spamming Rasengan, but at least Rasengan does damage. All Kiba has is this. I'd be damned if a nigga do my pet like this. I can't even applaud, bro. Everyone else went out in the blaze, beating their opponents, but this guy gets mollywhopped, and I'm expected to feel something. Hell nah, bro. Let's get back to the good stuff. Naruto's going up against Kimimaro, and he was getting that work. I left for 2 minutes to go get some ice cream while watching this fight, and when I came back, bro was still frying these shadow clones. Kimimaro has a wicked cool Kekkei Genkai. He's able to take the bones out of his body and use it as a weapon. He actually had Naruto in shambles. Meanwhile, Shikamaru was going up against Red Hair. I had a fat crush on her when I was younger, cause I liked the way she beat on niggas. Something must have been wrong with me back then. I find it hilarious that we seen bro fight 3 times, and all 3 times, he's gone up against women.
Women!
Red Hair's power involves music. She can use her flute to use Genjutsu and control these freaky beast animals that can absorb chakra. Funny enough, she's also the only one out of the Sound 4 to like actually use sound as a fighting style. Now this would have been a hard fight for the other guys besides like Neji, because Red Hair uses music to attack with her creatures. But like I said last time, Shikamaru has a plan. Shikamaru always has a plan. Down to only a few weapons, he used the last of his kunai to attack her, watching her finger movements and seeing how she reacted. Then he popped out, let her attack, and then used a paper bomb to blind her and make shadows to capture her creatures. Shikamaru then went on the attack. When she tried desummoning, that boy's always 2 steps ahead, or like 50. He used those beasts as bait, then caught her in a shadow possession jutsu. But when Red Hair went to stage 2, things changed. She was able to move almost freely and then started playing her flute, casting a Genjutsu. I sentence you to 72 hours of Rod Wave. Oh, Polo G. Ah, baby, no money. But when she went in for the kill, Shikamaru was already a step ahead. He broke out of the Genjutsu by breaking his own finger, faked being ensnared by it, then lured her in to his own jutsu. Nice work on his part, but their fight ain't over yet. More on that later. Back to Naruto, this man was getting mollywopped. The Shadow Clone Jutsu is the most useful and useless jutsu ever. Every single time I see this, I get angry. Why are they all standing around? Y'all could easily just jump him and get bro out the way. Yet we doing this. But yeah, Kimimaro proceeded to fry all of them. That was bad enough already. But then Sasuke woke up, hopped out the box, and it was immediately over farming. Kimimaro looking a little too happy to see, bro. Can't even front. That long hair was so tough. I wanted that back in the day. Nigga Naruto started smiling like shit was sweet. Hey buddy, come on, let's go home. Do you see the way he laughing right now? Bro ain't even looking at Naruto. He ran off. Naruto was so distraught, Kimimaro almost wiped his head clean off. But then...
蘇りしは木の葉の美しき青き味ロックリーだ
Oh yeah, is that my boy